I genuinely believe that bulk bidding is probably the best trading method for 99% of the FIFA community. It's certainly not going to make you the most amount of coins, but for most people, they do not want to trade. That's why I believe that bulk bidding is the best, because it takes next to no time. The second you find a player that you can use with this method, you can easily scale it up whilst you're playing matches. But if you did want to make more out of this method, there's a few things that you can do. But before we do get into the video, if you're looking to get some very easy coins, which saves you from having to do any of the trading methods, then there is no better place than AOA. Head over there to get yourself some cheap, fast FIFA 23 coins, completely reliable, and if you use Fnatic at checkout, you also get yourself a 3% discount. Link can be found in the description down below.
Nice.
Just in case you do not know what bulk bidding is, or some people also call it mass bidding, is quite simply where you will find one specific type of player. You'll find their lowest buy now, and then you can take however many coins away from that, and you'll set that as your maximum bid price. Now it's just a case of you going through the transfer market and bidding on every single card that you see at that exact price. Because of the limitations of Ultimate Team, you'll only be able to bid on 50 until you max out your watch list. And if you've selected a good player, by the time that they all expire, you'll win 30 to 40. It'll be a really good player if you manage to win all 50. And hopefully you have selected a player where you can bid on 50 cards and win them all in just a matter of minutes. Now it's the case of you having all of those players, listing them onto the transfer market at that lowest buy now price which you searched for earlier. In most cases, for each card, you're only making a couple hundred coins, but where this really comes in is that you've been able to win at least 30 of them. And that is where you're able to generate thousands of coins. And you can keep on doing this over and over again with loads of different players. And this is all happening whilst you're playing games. But there are a few ways in which you can earn even more out of this. For most, they focus on cheap rare gold players. This is because there is so many available onto the transfer market. You can find someone which is currently listed at 1,000 coins for the lowest buy now and put in a bid for 700 coins. This will give you 250 coins profit after the 5% EA tax. If you manage to win 10 of these and sell them on, there you go, you have got 2,500 coins. And if you did want to make more, it comes down to you really having to buy more of those players, having more coins so you can invest into them and then using them to sell into the transfer market. And you do have that limitation of 50 within the watch list, but you could always use your unassigned. This is where you'll manage to bid on loads of players, and if your transfer list is full, you can go to assign them and then just back out to the menu. This will free up your watch list to yet again go all the way back through and bid on another 50. You can keep on doing this, and this is something that I recommend, especially around big events such as Black Friday. You got Christmas, you've got Team of the Year, and you also got Team of the Season, with there also being a few other promos in between which vary depending on what they are, and it all comes down to the hype during when that promo releases to actually decide whether or not you should actually do this. But the best way is to look to make more profit per card, and you need to do this with more expensive players. It's only worth going through if you had 300k plus, because you will need to have sufficient amount of coins for you to continuously bid on these players. And in most cases, you're not just going to be able to win 30 out of the 50 that you bid on. It's likely that you're probably going to win a maximum of 10 or 15. You are going to be outbidded way more with these expensive types of players than looking at the cheaper ones. But with this, you'll be able to make a hell of a lot more coins. You're not just looking for 250 coins after the 5% EA tax in profit. You'll be able to earn 1,000 coins plus. It's good to look at rare gold players valued anywhere between 10 to 30k, or you could even look at any type of special card valued in a similar price range. In fact, with Team of the Weeks, you probably want to go slightly cheaper of 10k to 20k, because those that start to push above that, they tend to be more desirable in terms of looking at Team of the Week players. You can get a list of all of these players with rare gold cards or even special cards within these price ranges, all on Footbin. Just use the player database, look for the type of card that you're searching for, and then also put in the price ranges as mentioned, and you'll get a list of loads of different players. With bulk bidding, whether or not you're going for cheap rare gold players or you're looking for something more expensive, there's always a trial and error point to it. Not every single player that you use will work, even if it looks like they could potentially work on paper. It's why you need to test them out. You'll bid on as many as you can, and then if it doesn't work, you'll go back to this database and go for the next player along. And eventually, if you keep on doing this for everyone, you will find players that work and you'll find loads of them. But you need to put the work in initially. With this list, you're just going to keep on going through and try different types of players. You're going to find their lowest buy now, you're going to work out the 5% EA tax, and because now we're dealing with players which are more expensive, the EA tax is going to eat more into the amount of coins that you can make. But once you work out the 5% EA tax, you're then going to take an additional 1,000 coins away. This means that if you was to buy them at that price, that new price that you just found after the 5% EA tax, and also taken away 1,000 coins, if you manage to buy them and sell them for the price in which you just researched, you will be able to make 1,000 coins profit. And this is the bare minimum that you really should be looking for with these types of players. If you're going to be making only 250 coins out of these more expensive players, then you're better off just looking at the cheap ones, because they're going to give the exact same price and you're going to be able to win a lot more of them. So with these more expensive ones, you need to be looking for more profit per card. And then you do the exact same thing as part of every other bulk bidding method. You're going to bulk bid. You're going to bid on every single one of those cards at that price. And the amount that you can bid on, it really comes down at this point, not to how much space you have within your watch list, but really how many coins you have in your club. If you're looking at the bare minimum of a player listed at 10,000 coins, you're going to need 500,000 coins just for you to max out your watch list. And that's if you're looking at players at the bare minimum. You're going to need even more once that player's price starts to hit towards 20 or even 30,000 coins. And that's really where your limitation is with this. But once they have expired, and with these players, because we're looking at more expensive players, it's going to take slightly longer for them to expire. But once they have expired, depending how many you win will depend whether or not you should reuse that player again. And for those that you did win, you're not just making 250 coins here or there, you're able to make 1,000 coins. If you find that you're in a situation where you did bid on a player, you managed to max out your watch list with 50, just for hypothetical situation, and you was able to win around 30 to 40 of them, you know you've got a really good player. You can actually try to push for more than 1,000 coins profit. Try to push for 1,500, potentially 2,000 coins, and see how many you're able to win after they all expire. If you're still able to win a good amount of these players, then it's worth you continuously trying to get them at that price and take the extra profit for yourself. There's no point bidding higher than what you need to. On the complete opposite side of this, if you bid on 50 players at this price and you get one or two of them, it's not worth going through. It's the complete opposite. You shouldn't lower the amount of coins or the amount of profit that you're looking to make on each card, because at this range, you're just better off going elsewhere. There are loads of players available within FIFA Ultimate Team, all at different prices, and I guarantee you after a bit of time, and as said, I'm trying to put emphasis on this, that you will need to go for a few players until you find one which suits the time in which you're trading, and you know that they're consistent to always go to. But once you have found them, that is when this method really pays off. You just need to put the work in first to eventually find one of those players. Personally, what I look to go for is if I can bid on 50 of these and then win around 10 to 15, I'm happy to do that, because that means if I am making about 1,000 coins profit on each of those, at the very least, I'm able to make 10 to 15k, and they're probably going to take 20 to 30 minutes to expire. I'm happy with that because I'm a lazy trader. I can still go and do the things that I want to do, whether that going into division rivals, foot champions, squad battles, draft, or even just play some SBCs, or even complete foot moments. Whatever it is, I can still do that while still being able to trade in the background without having to put any effort into it whatsoever. And I know for most players that are playing FIFA Ultimate Team, they don't enjoy trading. This is why I do think it is one of the best methods for you to use. If you're looking at cheap players where you are just making a couple hundred coins in profit for each card, It takes literally minutes for you to find a player, bid 50, and then just go away for 10-15 minutes whilst you play a game, come back, and look, you've managed to go and win 30 to 40 of them, ready to list them to the transfer market, and do this exact same process again before you go into the next game. When looking at more expensive players, you're able to make more, but it does also take a bit more time, mainly because you do need to sit there and go through the pricing for you to actually place a bid. But it's still maximum gonna take you about 8-10 minutes for you to actually find a player, bid on them, and once you do find a player, you know you can always go back to them. There'll be times throughout the year where that player will no longer work and you'll just need to find someone else, but there'll also be times where that player works even better than usual, mainly because there's a promo and all of a sudden there is a huge supply of them in the market because of the amount of people opening packs. Some of the best players that I've used for this method is actually looking at the current team of the week. There'll always be someone in the team of the week which is available anywhere between 10 to 20k. And because they're only available for that week, there's a much higher chance of them being packed. This leads to there being a huge supply of them, which most people overlook on the bid. That's where I come in, place a bid, manage to win them, and then list them back onto the transfer market with a much higher buy now. And for those that don't want to sit there and bid, they're of course looking to go and get the cheapest buy now. And that is where my card is listed. And you could do the exact same thing. But anyway guys, this is how you can make more profit out of a much more expensive version of the bulk bidding method. If you do have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.